Every time I give someone a tour of Laguna Woods Village, there's one comment I hear over and over again. Wow, I had no idea it was so green. And honestly, I remember thinking exactly the same thing the first time I came here. People expect golf courses, they expect clubhouses, swimming pools, fitness centers, a retirement community. But what they don't expect are towering trees, rolling greenbelts, flower-filled gardens, quiet walking paths, and one of the most beautifully landscaped communities anywhere in Southern California. In fact, according to official Laguna Woods Village records, there are approximately 18,900 trees throughout the community. Think about that for a moment. Nearly 19,000 trees. Not shrubs, not bushes, but trees. And today, I want to show you why that matters, because this isn't just landscaping, it's one of the biggest reasons Laguna Woods feels so different from almost every other community you'll visit. If we haven't met, welcome. I'm Mark Blunden with eXp Realty. On this channel, we explore what life is really like inside Laguna Woods Village. Not just the homes, but the lifestyle, the people, the hidden gems, and all the little details that make this community so unique. And today, we're slowing things down. We're taking a closer look at something that almost everyone notices, but very few people stop to appreciate. The trees, the gardens, the green space, and how they quietly shape everyday life. One of the things I find fascinating about Laguna Woods is that this wasn't an accident. The original vision wasn't simply to build thousands of homes, it was to create a park-like environment where people could enjoy nature every single day. Instead of rows of tightly packed houses, you find broad greenbelts, wide open lawns, generous setbacks, curving streets, and lots of mature trees that soften almost every view. Even after all these years, that original vision is still incredibly evident. You don't feel surrounded by buildings, you feel surrounded by lush landscape. And I think that's one of the reasons so many visitors immediately relax as they drive through the gates. The environment itself feels calmer, quieter, more spacious. Let's come back to that incredible number. Nearly 19,000 trees in Laguna Woods Village. That's remarkable for any residential community. But it's not just the quantity, it's the maturity. Many of these trees have been growing here for decades. Their canopies now stretch over roads and walking paths, providing welcome shade throughout the year. They soften the architecture, create privacy between homes, reduce heat during the summer months, and they provide habitat for birds and wildlife. And perhaps most importantly, they make the village feel alive. When you drive through Laguna Woods, you're rarely looking at rows of roofs. You're looking through layers of greenery, light filtering through leaves, flowering trees, branches arching over quiet streets. It's one of those things that's difficult to appreciate until you're actually here. Another surprise, the incredible diversity of trees. This isn't simply row after row of palm trees. In fact, Laguna Woods is home to an astonishing variety of species from all around the world. As I was researching this video, I spent time with the wonderful volunteers at the History Center, and I came away amazed by what has been planted throughout the village over the decades. You'll find majestic coast redwoods from California, towering Aleppo pines from the Mediterranean, southern magnolias from the southeastern United States, jacarandas, famous for their spectacular purple blooms each spring, coast live oaks, golden rain trees, bald cypress, California pepper trees, monkey puzzle trees, English oaks, ginkgo trees, and so many more. Walking through Laguna Woods can sometimes feel less like a neighborhood and more like a botanical garden. Every season brings something different. Fresh spring blossoms, summer shade, autumn color on species like the liquidambar, evergreen beauty throughout the year. It's one more reason that every walk here feels a little different. One of my favorite things about Laguna Woods is that so many homes don't simply look out onto another house. Instead, they overlook greenbelts, wide lawns, mature trees, walking paths, and gardens. That creates a feeling of openness that's becoming increasingly rare in Southern California. Many residents wake up each morning, open their curtains, and see greenery instead of concrete. It encourages people to spend more time outside, to sit on their patio, to read beneath a tree, to chat with neighbors walking by, or simply enjoy a cup of coffee while listening to birds in the distance. I genuinely believe these green spaces do more than just beautify the community, they shape the rhythm of everyday life. Although Southern California doesn't experience dramatic seasonal changes like many parts of the country, Laguna Woods still offers a surprising variety of color throughout the year. In spring, jacarandas paint the streets with shades of lavender and purple, bougainvilleas burst into vibrant pinks and magentas. Roses bloom throughout the village, birds of paradise add their unmistakable tropical flair. Agapanthus lines many pathways with vibrant blue and white flowers. And throughout the year, carefully maintained flower beds and landscaped entrances add color almost everywhere you look. It's one of those details that quietly lifts your mood. You may not consciously notice every flower, but together they help create an environment that simply feels welcoming. In part 2, we'll explore 3 hidden tree walks that most residents don't know even exist. We'll visit the community garden centers, talk about how beautiful landscaping supports a healthier, more active lifestyle, meet some of the wildlife that shares this environment, and discover why these 19,000 trees may be one of Laguna Woods' greatest treasures. Hi, it's Mark here. If you're exploring 55+ communities in Orange County, such as Laguna Woods Village, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, we'll walk you through everything from floor plans to financing, HOAs, and monthly costs. Call, text, email, or schedule a Zoom below. We're here to make your move simple and stress-free. One of my favorite discoveries while researching this video was learning that Laguna Woods has not 1, not 2, but 3 official tree walks. And honestly, I suspect many longtime residents don't even know they exist. The Laguna Woods History Center has produced these wonderful self-guided brochures that introduce you to some of the remarkable tree species found throughout the village. Each walk takes less than an hour, each has its own character, and each reminds you just how thoughtfully this community was planned. I think they're one of Laguna Woods' best kept secrets. Let's begin with Friendship Walk. This walk starts near Clubhouse 1, the library, and the History Center. And somehow that feels appropriate, because it's not just a walk through trees, it's a walk through the history of Laguna Woods itself. As you stroll along the route, you'll discover an amazing collection of species from around the world. Canary Island pines, dragon trees, Brazilian pepper trees, Japanese black pines, queen palms, southern magnolias, Hong Kong orchard trees, bottle trees, eastern redbuds, even magnificent ginkgo trees. Each tree is clearly identified, each has its own story, its own origin, its own history. Each tree is clearly identified, each has its own story, its own origin, its own history. Some are native to California, others traveled here from Australia, South America, Europe, Africa, or Asia. It's like taking a quiet walk through a living world atlas. And because the walk passes through beautiful greenbelts and mature landscaping, it's also simply a wonderful place to slow down and enjoy the outdoors. The second walk is called Serpentine Walk, and the name suits it perfectly. Beginning near Clubhouse 3, the path gently winds through one of the most beautiful landscaped areas in the village. As you follow the route, the scenery constantly changes: towering Canary Island pines, elegant London plane trees, fern pines, stone pines, camphor trees, silk oaks, English oaks, eastern redbuds, liquid ambars, sweet bays, and some spectacular mature specimens that have clearly been growing here for decades. What I particularly love about this walk is how peaceful it feels. There are moments when the mature tree canopy almost surrounds you. Sunlight filters through the leaves, birdsong replaces traffic noise, and it's remarkably easy to forget you're in the middle of a community of over 18,000 residents. Quiet, relaxing, and incredibly photogenic. Finally, there's my personal favorite, the Aliso Creek Tree Walk. This one follows the beautiful Aliso Creek corridor, one of the greenest parts of Laguna Woods Village. The walk introduces you to an extraordinary collection of trees: coast redwoods, Aleppo pines, monkey puzzle trees, golden rain trees, Australian willows, southern magnolias, bald cypress, sycamores, California pepper trees, cook pines, Chinese elms, and so many more. But for me, it's about more than the individual trees, it's the setting. The creek, the bridges, the wildlife, the gentle sounds of nature. It's one of those places where you naturally slow your pace. And perhaps that's exactly the point. Sometimes the best walks aren't about getting somewhere, they're simply about enjoying where you already are. If you enjoy photography, bird watching, nature, or simply taking a peaceful stroll, I think you'll absolutely love this walk. Of course, not everyone simply enjoys looking at plants. Many residents enjoy growing them too. And that's where Laguna Woods' two garden centers come in. Garden Center 1 and Garden Center 2. These are wonderful community spaces where residents cultivate vegetables, flowers, fruit, herbs, and ornamental plants throughout the year. Walk through either garden center and you'll find people happily tending raised beds, sharing gardening tips, swapping plants, and building friendships. It's another example of how Laguna Woods encourages people to remain active and engaged. Gardening isn't simply a hobby. For many people, it's exercise. It's creativity, it's purpose, and it's another opportunity to spend time outdoors. Now, you might be thinking, it's beautiful, but does it really make that much difference? Personally, I think it does. Beautiful environments influence our behavior. When walking paths are attractive, people tend to walk more. When patios overlook greenbelts, people spend more time outside. And when gardens are flourishing, people garden. When parks are inviting, people stop and talk. And those little moments add up. One of the themes you'll hear me talk about regularly on this channel is what I call peak life. The idea that where you live and how you live are deeply connected. Beautiful surroundings encourage healthier habits. They invite movement, conversation, relaxation, exploration, and when healthy choices become the easy choices, they're far more likely to become lifelong habits. I genuinely believe that's one of Laguna Woods' greatest strengths. It quietly makes healthy living feel natural. Of course, an environment with nearly 19,000 trees also becomes home to wildlife. One of the simple pleasures of living here is noticing just how much nature surrounds you. Hummingbirds darting between flowers, woodpeckers working away high in the trees, hawks soaring overhead. squirrels chasing each other across branches, butterflies drifting through the gardens. Occasionally, you'll spot rabbits enjoying the greenbelts. And yes, as many residents know, coyotes are also part of the local environment. Living alongside nature means learning to respect it. Most wildlife encounters are enjoyable, but sensible precautions, particularly for pet owners, are simply part of living adjacent to so many beautiful natural spaces. It's another reminder that Laguna Woods isn't isolated from nature, it's very much part of it. Before we finish, I think it's worth acknowledging something that often goes unnoticed. None of this happens by accident. Maintaining nearly 19,000 trees, miles of greenbelts, flower beds, irrigation systems, shrubs, walking paths, and landscaped common areas takes an enormous amount of planning and effort. Throughout the year, dedicated landscape crews prune trees, replace seasonal plantings, maintain irrigation care for lawns, manage disease, and ensure this remarkable environment continues to thrive. It's easy to take beautiful surroundings for granted, but after spending time researching this video, I've come away with an even greater appreciation for the people who quietly care for this community every single day. One of my favorite moments on almost every Laguna Woods tour happens within the first few minutes. We drive through the gates and someone inevitably says, "I had no idea it was this beautiful." And honestly, I still find myself thinking the exact same thing. Yes, Laguna Woods is known for golf, it's known for clubhouses, swimming pools, fitness centers, hundreds of clubs and activities. But I think one of its greatest treasures is something much quieter. Nearly 19,000 trees, beautiful greenbelts, hidden walking paths, community gardens, peaceful places to sit, and an environment that gently encourages people to slow down. Step outside, take a walk, meet a neighbor, or simply enjoy a quiet moment surrounded by nature. Laguna Woods certainly isn't perfect, no community is. But when it comes to creating an environment that supports health, connection, and quality of life, I think it has something genuinely special. If you've enjoyed coming along with me today, I'd love to hear from you. Have you discovered one of these tree walks? Do you have a favorite tree, garden, or greenbelt somewhere in the village? Or perhaps there's another hidden gem you'd like us to feature in a future video. Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, we'd really appreciate it if you'd give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm Mark Blunden with eXp Realty. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.